how I still think.
Hall of Famer Tito Santana, hoping to give.
Hello, hey guys, just 10 here with the Unforgotten Wrestling. What's your opinion? And
something like that than I have ever found.
Greetings, Steel Fibers. So it's kind of a different episode this week. You know, we want to thank our friends from Stovers for being understanding and giving us leeway on this one. But the whole episode's sponsored by Stovers this week. They're letting us share the enjoyment with our friends because we've got some issues with Sunray Studio. But we still want to give some entertainment to our viewers, and that's why Tan's made some appearances tonight, actually, Friday, March the 7th. I'll be appearing on some old stomping grounds because apparently Joe Monroe needs a ratings boost. And he reached out to me because I'm going to explain why the Insane Clown Posse belong in a Wrestling Hall of Fame. Considering they've wrestled in ECW, WCW, the WWF, they've got their own company, they deserve more respect than they get, whether you think they're stupid or not. They've done more for the business than David Arquette did, than Liberace did, than Muhammad Ali did. Honestly, there's probably guys in the Hall of Fame. The Insane Clown Posse have done more for pro wrestling than Coco Beware. So, that's just a fact. Kind of like how it's just a fact that the entire wrestling world has been abuzz for the last week because John Cena finally turned heel. I didn't see it coming, really, because I kind of thought they'd go with the corporate CM Punk. But instead, they went with John Cena. And, you know, it blew everybody's mind. I'm really excited to see where the WWE goes for the first time in a long time. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. It's going to be a good show. And then you've got AEW with Revolution right around the corner. Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay in a steel cage. I don't see how that won't be match of the night. But I'm also looking forward to seeing the Hurt Business destroy the Outrunners in probably 30 seconds. That will be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And you've got MJF and Hangman Adam Page that has been built perfectly. You know, wrestling's hot right now, and we want to spread the love with some of the other shows. You'll see Sharpshooters a few times here tonight. We've got a new friend in Walker Tan, I guess that'll be his name, or Tan 2, or T2, the Taninator. I don't know. We'll find him something, just like we did with Killer Kim. We're the Forbidden Pod. We're friends with everybody. Friends of the Squared Circle, they're friends with us. You just won't see Mark Monroe or Joe Monroe here. But you can see me popping up on their channels occasionally. You can see Tan popping up on Sharpshooters. Maybe Sharpshooters will have me back someday. I don't know. Maybe it's probably because of what Tan did on this clip right here, and this is one.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, man. To speak.
Sorry, did you check the chat?
Oh, he's speaking in the chat. Guys, he's with us in spirit. Someone's using his account. Guys, so please, we're asking for prayers here for TL5 Wrestling and Sharpshooters as Juice has lost himself in Vegas. The Juice is loose live in Las Vegas, and he may never return to the show ever. And if he doesn't, then thank God I'm here. And I will personally fly to New York to make this right. After the events of Cena's heel turn, which was heartbreaking to a lot of children and Jews, and the fact that Big AJ is getting a trios match in AEW.
With Orange Cassidy, which is ridiculous, which is so upsetting.
I mean, it's kind of sad that John Morrison has failed this low too. But anywho, so Juice, God bless you, man, and we hope that you come back soon. And if you don't, it's fine. But I would like to give you 3 big booms, Juice. 3 big booms for you. With your friend Big AJ and John Cena. Boom, boom, boom. Hashtag boom in the chat, guys. Boom Juice in the chat. Boom for Juice. So.
Thank you for that. So, you know, those are such kind words by you, and this picture is just very encapsulating of the weekend Juice had.
I pulled that directly from his Facebook page.
I
That's
think
a
it might
real
be his
image.
profile picture.
That's a real picture, right? So, yeah, that's him. That's what he did this weekend.
I appreciate that. And hopefully, if he doesn't come back, that was beautiful. If he does come back on Thursday, he'll let us know how he feels about that.
Friends at Stover's Liquidation, where you can get liquidation and wholesale home improvement items with truckload quantities available. They're open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., 24 hours online. They're closed on Sundays. You can find their Oak Ridge store at
Their Oak Ridge store is on 481 Tulsa Road, and you can call them at 865-523-4449, or if you're closer to Cookeville, Tennessee, you can catch them at 452 West Broad Street, or you can give them a call at 931-526-2591.
Some stories don't have happy endings. Some stories don't have happy middles. And my friends, some stories don't have happy beginnings. From the bottom of the list. Number 5. Goldberg killing the Fiend, circa 2020 Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel is one of the worst events to ever happen in WWE. It's a Saudi house show, mostly. Except for 2020, in which Goldberg beat The Fiend, the character who had the most intrigue and had the most interest at the time. But Vinnie Mac said, nah, he can't carry a WrestleMania main event against Roman Reigns. So what? Oops. You killed the character, Vince. And he did nothing except that Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena. He was never at the height he was in 2019 when he first debuted. Good going, Vince. Another thing you ruined. Number 4. Oh, how surprising. It's another Crown Jewel match. Undertaker and Kane, the Brothers of Destruction, versus D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels and Triple H. What can be said about this match? It ruined 2 Hall of Fame careers and put some doubt onto 2 future Hall of Fame careers. Now, don't get me wrong. Being a fan of both the Brothers of Destruction and D-Generation X back in the day, the promos for this match before the bell rang were funny. They were interesting. And then the bell rang and the infamous botches happened. Bald Shawn Michaels. Kane's mask coming off halfway through the match. Triple H tearing his pectoral muscle. And then the crowd didn't give a shit. No one cared. It was like one of those things that it was a flash in the pan just for the show. Ugh. Hated it. Third. Number 3. Ric Flair. Post anything. WrestleMania 24. Don't get me wrong. Love Rick. I loved how he was back in the day with his styling and profiling and wooing and all that stuff. He was a character of himself. Ric Flair in TNA was a character of himself. Anything Ric Flair, when he says, it's my last match, is a character of himself. He's not good in the ring anymore. He's too old to be in the ring. Every time he gets in a ring, I think he's going to break his kneecaps trying to get into the ring. You need help, Rick. You gotta stop. Number 2. RVD in 2013. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the whole effing show. I love Rob Van Dam as much as anybody else who's an ECW fan. But come on. 2013, Rob Van Dam came back to the WWE. And what did he do? Not a fucking thing. He had one World Heavyweight Championship match that I can remember against Alberto Del Rio. Why? Did you not have anybody else around in 2013 to give a match with Del Rio? But then again, Del Rio wasn't a generational talent at all. And now what he does now, better left being unsaid. And finally, what else could it be? Number one, the worst comeback in professional wrestling history. Oh, brother, is Hulk Hogan in TNA. This was a rating stunt that they had to follow through with. And it was good. It was all right for like a week. For a solid week, they beat WWE. And then it started. On the first show, Nash and Hall came out. I remember watching and I said, oh, I'm getting flashbacks to the NWO. However, these guys are past their primes. These guys, they needed to be nowhere near the spotlight. When you had generational talent such as Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, James Storm in TNA, who could hold the show if you would have let them. But no, Dixie Carter thought, hey, let's bring Hulk Hogan back. Let's bring Hulk Hogan in. Maybe it'll help us. Last I checked, yeah, Hogan didn't do much for the company. He didn't promote him at all. When AJ Styles talked to Chris Van Fleet, he talked about this specific time in TNA. AJ Styles got a 60% pay cut. A 60% pay cut, who was effectively the face of TNA at the time. And less dates? Come on. Like, really? And Hogan never did a thing for them. In the words of the great Iron Sheik, fuck you, Hulk Hogan. And with that, this list comes to an end, friends. If you have a comeback story, don't make it like any of these, or else you might find yourself making the list. This has been the Dead Zone with Tanner Walking Dead Walker. Thank you, and good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Till Fivers of all ages, Till 510, the true Canadian hero, is here for a message for you. And my message today is a little bit of a tangent, as you guys know that I do this from time to time, and especially for this Forbidden Pod episode. And following the events of last night's AEW Dynamite, I have to say, can we please stop this Death Rider bullshit? Oh my God. The Death Rider has got to be the second worst angle in the history of AEW. Only second to the Devil angle, because that's much worse. We don't have to get into that. But you've got an entire group. You've got Pac. You've got Claudio. You've got Jon Moxley. You got Marina Shafir. And you got Wheeler Yuta. Now, Claudio, Pac, and Moxley are some of the three most decorated men in AEW and in the wrestling world as a whole. And for their entire matches before, in the case of Pac, in the case of Claudio, in the case of Jon Moxley, they never had to have help to win. They were destroying the competition, no matter what. And all of a sudden, after Moxley had some sort of epiphany and decided that the briefcase needed to be kept inside, that the belt needed to be kept inside of a suitcase, all of a sudden they can't win any matches without 17 run-ins. It's like watching the NWO angle, but at least the NWO was cool for a while. It's like it just gets worse every week, and the redeeming arc, I suppose, is supposed to be Wheeler Yuta. And who really cares about Wheeler Yuta? Nobody really cares about Wheeler Yuta. I used to, and then this angle happened, and now I don't. And you see, that's the problem with the booking of AEW. It's been so inconsistently awful for so long. And they thought, man, we got to find a way to redeem ourselves after this Devil storyline. Well, why not slap Jon Moxley's belt in a briefcase and we never see it? And speaking of belts, do the Trios belt still exist? I don't know. Do you know? Because I don't know. Because I've not seen them since December at World's End. Now, I know for sure that the little briefcase they're carrying around doesn't contain 4 belts. If it does, I'm pretty impressed in the quality of that briefcase and would like to know where they got it, because I sure know they didn't get it at Stover's Liquidation, and you can find them. Tune into our show, and you'll see the ad. I'm sure it'll play here eventually. I've dropped in just basically to gripe about the Death Riders, and if you feel similarly to the way that I do about the Death Riders, let us know in the comments. If you love the Death Rider storyline, I would love to hear from you, and I would love to know why. Because their mission to save AEW and to make a better AEW and to make everybody tougher hasn't happened. Previously, before the Death Rider angle, Jon Moxley was making everybody look good. He was the bar for AEW for a long time. All the New Japan talent was coming in to face Moxley. Moxley, multiple-time AEW World Champion. And again, never needed help until now. Awful storyline. It's starting to toe the line, to me, to be almost worse than the last Dean Ambrose run in WWE. And that's getting bad. We're really starting to toe that line. Now, guys, next week, the Teal Fibers will return together in studio. It may not be our normal studio due to unforeseen circumstances, but we will be together. You will see me, and you will see the Notorious ATB side by side once again. It's been a missed thing going on here, and I miss it, and he misses it, and I hope that all of you miss it as well. And if you don't, tell us in the comments. But before I go, I would like to say one more thing. To hell with the Death Riders. I'm done with that storyline. But, the world is an interesting place these days, and I felt like I needed to make something perfect. To hell with the Death Riders. I'm done with that storyline. But, the world is an interesting place these days, and I felt like I needed to make something perfectly clear to our Teal 5 wrestling audience and to an audience abroad. The Commonwealth of Canada is not for sale. As a Canadian citizen, as the president of the country of Canada, and the true Canadian hero of Teal 5 Wrestling, I can promise you that Canada is not for sale. Now, that being said, I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of the show. We got some special guests. We got some new faces, potentially. Let us know what you think. So, without further ado, I guess that's
Silver's Liquidation, where you can get liquidation and wholesale home improvement items with truckload quantities available. They're open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., 24 hours online. They're closed on Sundays. You can find their Oak Ridge store at...
Their Oak Ridge store is on 481 Tulsa Road, and you can call them at 865-523-4449, or if you're closer to Cookeville, Tennessee, you can catch them at 452 West Broad Street, or you can give them a call at 931-526-2591.
Last ranking is going to be factions.
Okay, here we go.
These are throughout. I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure I picked some from WCW, ECW, ROH, WWE, TNA. Yeah, I picked all over. Here we go.
Got a mixed bag here.
Yes, sir. Here we go. First one up, The Ministry.
The Ministry.
The Rock
That's
is an
accurate.
awful sharpshooter, yes.
That's Midian. Oh God. Number 7.
Number 7.
Number 7. I don't have fond memories of them sacrificing Stephanie McMahon.
What? That wasn't like on your childhood list of things to see, like a
That was like
sacrifice.
childhood trauma, man. Was seeing sacrificial Undertaker.
That's the kind of shit that my mom would like. I couldn't argue when she was like, "You can't watch this. This is bad for you." I'm just like, I mean, yes, he's
kidnapped
sacrificing
Stephanie.
her to the devil. I get as a religious woman why you're upset
Then
about
he
it, but
sacrificed, and then like 3 weeks
Stone Cold
later, he
helped.
shows
Stone
up on a
Cold
bike
saved.
listening to Kid Rock. He was an interesting cat back in the day.
Stone Cold saved her though. It was about a hero, Mom. That's all that matters. All right, this one actually has spanned across 3 different companies. Raven's Nest. Or Raven's Flock if they were in WCW.
Whatever they're calling
Exactly.
it. I really like the WCW version of it a lot, but I don't want to rank it too high because it's totally not. I mean, because they were all just Raven's cronies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put them at number 9.
Ooh, okay.
Even though I did enjoy the Flock.
I did. I also did as well. The New Blood.
The New Blood. Oh, God, that's a number 10 all day.
That's a number 10 all day.
It's awful. Late WCW is just the worst.
Oh, Matt says 20. That's how bad that was.
Yeah.
All right. The Brawling Brutes.
Number 8. They're serviceable. They don't, you know.
Let's just put that. There we go. All right. The Main Event Mafia.
I really loved the Main Event Mafia back in the day.
I agree. They're one of my favorites.
Even though the entire gimmick was based around a bunch of vets keeping the young guys down. We'll go with number 3.
Honestly, if they just did that storyline better, that could have been such a good payoff. And then when the Aces and Eights storyline happened and they were teasing that could have been such a good payoff too. And they just totally
messed it up.
So upsetting.
Yeah, TNA shanked a lot of good stuff.
So upsetting. The Jericho Appreciation Society.
This is going to be a controversial take, guys. But I'm putting it at number 4. At number 4.
Okay.
I
don't think that's a bad one.
No, I actually really enjoyed that faction.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a bad pull for them. It's not the learning tree right now. You know what I mean?
I really enjoy the learning tree, but I digress. I genuinely do.
Listen, Juice is not on tonight. You can say whatever you want about the learning. We can talk all we want about the learning tree. There's no Juice on tonight.
This is the learning tree special.
I believe now. I don't know about this one, so I hope you do. I believe this is an ROH one from what I researched. The Prophecy.
The Prophecy, yes, that is early Ring of Honor. Christopher Daniels,
yes.
A guy named Donovan Morgan, I believe, and I think Xavier.
That's what I read.
It was basically Christopher Daniels cult type sort of group, you know, Fallen Angel. They were pretty cool. We'll go 5 on them.
Nice.
They were pretty cool. I don't think they were around too long, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, so you got 1, 2, and 6 left.
Yep.
The Blue World Order.
Oh, number 2. Come on.
I love it. Not even a question. What are you talking about? The Dudley family.
Ooh, the whole family.
The whole family, not just the trio.
Wow.
The whole family from ECW.
In that incarnation of the group, I got to put them at 6.
All right.
And I think that's fair for that version of the Dudleys.
I agree. And that means your number 1. I think you're going to like your number 1. Undisputed Era.
I am totally cool with that. That's fine by me. That NXT was popping back then, and I enjoyed it a lot.
I agree. So that was
that's the best list I've done.
I think your last list was pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie. Those last 2, you learned from the first time you did this.
Starting to figure it out.
For sure. The first time you did this, I think you went like number 10 and 9 right away, and then you're like, oh shit, what did I do for the rest of the list?
Well, when I do that, you guys will throw me a fucking you guys will throw me a fastball and give me something really shitty, and I'm like,
So this time we're doing things a little different. We're going to let our friends sell us on wrestling. That's
yes, we
why,
are.
first off, we're going to a flip side face off with the sharpshooters for the Legion of Doom against the Briscoes.
Uh-oh, and you see them in the graphics. You've seen them before here at Till 5 Wrestling. Guys, our friends, the Sharpshooters, Juicebox, and Danny.
Let's
There we
go.
go.
Yeah.
Wrong way.
Let's go. No, I'm going the right way.
No, I was the wrong
Dyslexic
way.
fighter,
I looked
Danny.
at you on my screen. Not this.
Let's go, baby. I'm happy to be here. Welcome, everybody.
Thanks
you
for
letting
coming
us.
back, guys. Anytime.
Of
Thank you for
course, we
having us
love you
here.
guys. This is a great time. I'm very excited for this segment.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I was really excited for this one also because we all love, I think, both teams.
Yeah, I feel
So
like
this will be really cool.
Yes, very much respect for Motor City Machine Guns, even though they're going to lose today.
We're not talking about the Motor City Machine Guns, so that's already a L on
That's
their
why
part.
they're going to lose. I don't even care who we're talking about.
This is what?
wow, we have broken Danny.
Did you not see the graphic they just had up?
If my team is the only team that matters, I don't care about your team. What are we talking
This
about?
is all right. Danny
happened?
is throwing heaters.
This is amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I feel like Danny is ready to take the floor.
Danny?
Yeah.
Oh,
go
I'll
ahead.
start off. That's fine.
Do you know which team you have?
I, of course, know that I am representing the greatest tag team in all of wrestling with the Road Warriors and the Legion of Doom. All right. And when we're talking about tag team wrestling, we're talking about like reinventing it or pretty much setting the standard for it. That's what the Legion of Doom set out in the 80s, the 90s, and then pretty much into the 2000s. Iconic entrance. I think one of the first of its kind. The music, ooh, what a rush. I mean, once you hear that in the stadium, you get goosebumps. It gets crazy in there, followed by that nice guitar riff, and then we go with their entrance, the spikes, the face paint. It was an epic entrance, and everywhere they went, no one wanted to mess with these guys. These guys were fantastic in NWA, WCW, WWE. They are 7-time Hall of Famers. That's how good they are, that they are in 7 different Hall of Fames. They've won tag team belts in every organization they've been in. They were so good that the WWF tried to copy them with a trio team that wasn't as good. I don't know what else you want to talk about, but when you talk about the standard of tag team wrestling, this is it. You may go now with, I don't know, whoever.
Damn.
Hit that bell for Danny there. All right.
All right.
Who's
Well,
box?
listen.
Sell us on the Briscoes being better than LOD.
What an argument.
Because Danny made a great
What
argument.
an argument,
I
Danny.
have all the love and respect in the world for the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, but I got to tell you, listen, man, like you just went about a minute talking about their music and their entrance and their gear. Like, this isn't a popularity contest. This is about the best tag team in the ring and what they can do. And now, again, I there's a lot of similarities here between these teams that we kind of fell into looking at them. Like, they both really had a 20-year run, more or less, from beginning to end. They've both been considered the top tag team in the world in their respective years. But for me, a big thing is the amount of tag team titles they won. Yeah, they can win the tag belts everywhere they went, but the Briscoes won twice the amount of tag belts that the Road Warriors ever did. They won 29, whereas Road Warriors only had like maybe 14, 15 in their career. And even if you want to just go off their peak like company, WWE, I believe they only had 2. Ring of Honor, they had 13. So while LOD is by all means more popular and their legacy is going to be remembered by more, the Briscoes, like, for a long time, they were the tag team in the independents. Everywhere you looked that wasn't named WWE, it was Briscoes somewhere doing it. PWG, Impact, New Japan. So I just think the catalog also for them is more extensive, better matches. I know that's subjective by all means, but in terms of in-ring, what they can do as a tag team, I just enjoyed that. And also, I think more importantly, speaking to a good tag team, their individual successes, Mark and Jay versus Hawk and Animal, has a lot to be.
Tag team.
I know we're talking about tag team, but I'm saying the strength of a tag team that they still did those singles accomplishments and came back together, and no one outshone the other. Like they're both doing their own thing now. So I still think, again, I'm not trying to put down LOD, but I do think in terms of the better tag team in the ring doing their thing, I think the Briscoes it'd be a killer match, but I think the Briscoes got it.
Wow. Two very solid arguments, guys. Honestly, this is a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Truthfully.
Yeah.
I honestly was thinking there's no way Juice is going to win this. But Juice won me really quick when he said this isn't a popularity contest. It's the best tag team.
I saw your face change when he said
I
that.
mean,
I knew.
He's right.
But
I'm going Briscoes.
Listen, here's the thing.
We're not allowed to keep arguing, right? Just making sure.
I mean, you can have a rebuttal. I'm willing to let the man have a rebuttal.
The reason.
Hold on.
If you go ahead.
I'm just curious. I don't want to break any rules. That's why.
No, you're fine.
Go ahead.
And then he has his rebuttal. So then
ahead.
The only two things I'll say with the styles of wrestling is we can talk about great wrestling matches all the time. They've had great wrestling matches in WCW. If you watch any of their matches with Harlem Heat, if you watch any of their matches even with Hall and Nash, they've had great matches against the Signers. So they've had great matches. I don't know if the styles are so much different. I think they're both like kind of powerhouse teams that kind of do the same thing. I'm going to say, and again, not a popularity contest, but if we're going to talk about wrestling and memorable stuff, they have one of the most memorable finishers that a lot of people use to this day. And if we're going to talk about the title reigns, it was also a different era where title reigns meant a little more because they were a little more longevity and stuff. I believe the Briscoes, 13 of their title reigns was with one company. So that's great and all, but like how long were those reigns? I'm not sure about those stats. I'm just asking, but like LOD spread it out a little more. And I know the Briscoes did too, but like those title reigns back then, you would have title reigns for like months and months and months, not like a quick turnaround here or there. I'm just saying, I don't know how long the title reigns were though. I do admit that.
Juice. Your rebuttal, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you in terms of their, their styles. They are the same. I don't think we can knock one or the other for the era that they came up in. Because I mean, they still essentially both did the same thing. Their times, just in different companies. And I'm looking really quick as I'm talking here with the Ring of Honor tag titles, and I believe it looks like a majority of the reigns were in the triple digits. There were maybe only 2 reigns that were like very short out of their 13. Everything else was 100 plus. So that's just me doing some quick research really there. Yeah, okay. I mean, listen, I don't really have much else to add on. I mean, I agree with most of what Danny's saying. Listen, these are both 2 great tag teams. And
yeah, it's like also, I can't even knock them. I'm just trying to hype more of the LOD.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely what I was gonna say is that when we talk about tag team wrestling, the Briscoes and the Road Warriors are always the top 2 for me. I mean, that's what makes
they have the same finishing move.
They do.
That's why when Danny was like, do you want to talk about it? They had a great finish. I'm like, well, the Briscoes did kind of steal the finishing move.
They were doing a variation of a Doomsday.
But my vote remains the same. I'm sorry. It sticks with Juice.
So here's the thing.
No problem there.
I'm sorry to have to do this. I got to go with the Road Warriors, man. I've never bet against the Road Warriors. I've got 2 Road Warriors posters I'm looking at right now.
Our audio guy has been listening.
He's happy.
Has he been paying attention?
Audio guy, this is a good time to tell you that everything's coming in amazing on my end.
You can top it up. You have access to the media assets. It's Briscoes or Legion of Doom.
Come on in. Wait, but he didn't hear any of it. That's okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
No, he was listening the whole time. They were saying.
I thought he said he couldn't hear.
No.
John Cena takes this one.
Oh God! We're both out again. I'm done again.
We accomplished nothing.
Yes,
nothing.
How did John Cena win again against me? I don't understand. Why do I come
every
on the show?
single time?
He came out of nowhere.
Hooray!
That's the wrong wrestler.
Hooray!
That's the wrong wrestler.
Have you been paying attention?
I think Road Warriors.
All right.
I mean-
Even he said, "I don't know." We
I don't know.
nothing. He's like Road Warriors. I don't know.
Two good arguments, honestly. Very
Thank
good
you.
arguments.
Two very good arguments.
I listen. I thoroughly enjoyed the argument, and
Well, you
I'm
know
not
what?
gonna lie, when you said that, 11 out of the 13 were triple digits, I was like, "Fuck, man, that didn't help me at all."
Let's hear from the fans in the comments.
Ooh. Yeah.
What do
let us
they have
know.
to say? Let us know. When this video comes out, let us know. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
That's fair.
Road Warriors or you guys break the tie? Road Warriors or Briscoes? No wrong answer, really.
I was gonna say, if you're
Or-
asking me and him, I mean, we're gonna split it anyway. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. No, I meant the fans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
fans,
comment
he's-
right now. Hold on.
Wait.
Danny's going to be the first person to comment.
Road. Danny's gonna say Briscoes. Just throw it
All
out.
Guys,
right, man.
we
That's
appreciate
awesome.
you joining
Yeah.
us.
Thank you, guys. That was
anybody
great.
that gets a chance to catch out the sharpshooters on Twitch, make sure to do so.
Do show.
It's a good show.
Do show up.
Yeah, do show up.
Do
for
show up.
sharpshooters.
Well, let
You
your fans
never-
also know. I don't know when the video's coming out, but we'll be having you guys on. So if this comes
Yeah.
out after it, they can go back and check on our links and just check out the old videos and comment and subscribe if they want.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Sounds
also, so just to get in real quick. So it's never mind. Is this going live on Friday?
We haven't recorded any of the other segments for this episode because of personal stuff that's been going on.
Right.
That's fine. No
So-
worries. I was gonna
yeah.
plug the fantasy game and try and get your
So-
viewers to sign up, but we'll
Oh
probably
yeah,
already
yeah,
be
no, that's
underway.
not
We're probably looking at least 2 weeks till this one
This
comes
probably this would have been
Okay.
episode 5. Episode 3 uploaded yesterday.
Well, we'll talk
So-
to you all from the past, so we'll
Yeah.
see you in the future. Thank
We'll
you.
see you in the
You
future.
guys soon.
See you guys.
All right.